What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Sunday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials, and whoa, boy, did I get smoked yesterday. Like smoked like a bong at a high school party. Bad. 0-5. Now, if you are with us on the Discord channel chat, you know that I didn't go 0-5 personally the whole day, but officially I went 0-5. I wound up going 4-8, which is not much better. Okay, I'm not saying that 0-5 versus 4-8. There's not. I mean, okay, I was down a little bit better than what the official plays were, but not much. Like not much better in terms of what we did. Oklahoma, I don't know why John Mateer played. I think he hurt Oklahoma by playing actually in that football game. The over was the play. UNLV wins, but they don't cover. They won by 3. Michigan couldn't score, and once they lost their starting running back, that was a bad break because they couldn't do anything. You know, USC did their part. Oregon lost outright. That was the bad bet of the day. And the Auburn game, I mean, look, I am not a conspiracy theorist. I do not believe that sports are fixed. I do not believe that there is some cabal somewhere running and pulling strings and making sure everything goes the way that the books want and pick the phone up and make a phone call, right? No, I don't believe that. However, the incompetence that was shown by the referees in that football game for Auburn and Georgia was of epic proportions. That was a 17-0 football game. Auburn scored. I'm sorry. Auburn scored. That should have been a touchdown. I have no idea. I agree with Sean McDonough. I agree with the rules analyst on ABC. That's a touchdown. 17-0. Kirby Smart was seen running down the sidelines to call a timeout, and then he was able to convince a clueless, ridiculously ill-prepared referee that he was clapping. He was telling them to clap it, to snap the football, not calling timeout, which he was, clearly, and they let him get away with it. There were targeting calls. There were missed holding calls. There were missed offsides. There were missed false starts. And every referee call just happened to go against Auburn in most cases. Not every time, but in most cases. Again, I don't think the game was fixed. I just think incompetence leads people to ask questions that is not good. And then what in the heck was that at the end of the game? Why would you score that touchdown there? Why would Gunnar Stockton score that touchdown? At least the coaches ripped him a new one for doing that. That was stupid. They could have ended the football game. Slide at the 2-yard line, take 3 knees. The game's over. You win the game by 3. The only way you lose that game is by allowing Auburn to have the football back, which would have cashed our +4. I thought we'd go 1-4. No, just one of those days. Just a bad day at the office. We recalibrate and we get rolling once again. Now, I've told you guys this before. I don't win every day. I don't win every week, and I don't win every month. We're due for a losing month. October is off to a really bad start, and we're due to have a bad month. I mean, look at, we won in June. We won in July. Sorry, no, we lost in June. We won in July. We won in August. We won in September. No, did we win in June? I got to go back and check that. I know we didn't win in May. I know May we lost. We had back-to-back losing months, I think, right? I don't know. We're up still big. Long story short, that we're still up over 30 units for the year. It's just, I know I've had a 3-month. I haven't had a losing month in a while. I know that. And October is off to a bad start, so we'll probably have a losing month in October. I mean, we have time to dig out of this heat. And look, if the Brewers win the World Series, we're going to be on easy street for the month. That saves the month if the Brewers win the World Series, or at least get into it where I can hedge dramatically and have a huge position. We have that 26-1 ticket on them. So just, we've given a unit back with the Padres, a unit back with the Cubs. So it's 25-1 ticket now on the Brewers against the Dodgers. I don't know what I'm doing yet, so just hold on. I got to ask some people. I got to figure out, do I want to let that series play out? It's very possible I'm going to let that series play out a bit before I get involved. -250 on the Dodgers is not a great price to get into. I'd rather see if the Brewers can win game 1. They are 6-0, this season against the Dodgers. So let's see what they can do here at home. They have home field, and they're going to be confident as holy heck. And their pitching is going to be lined up, the Dodgers as well, but the Dodgers are not a good road team. They've been great at home. They've been not great, even though they won 2 games against the Phillies in the DS series on the road. They haven't been great on the road this year. So I'm inclined to let that play out a little bit to see how that 7-game series is going to go before we get involved to hedge off of our position with the Brewers to win the World Series. So more to come on that. I've got 4 plays for us. And I'm going to tell you right here, after a day like yesterday, I am not going to get hooked. Okay. I have bought the 0.5 point on 3 bets. I'm paying the juice. Will it burn me? Maybe. Okay. Maybe, but I'm willing to risk it here because I do think it's the right way. It's the right play, rather than getting ourselves in trouble, because we might need that hook at the end. It may give us a push versus giving us a loss on the hook. And I don't think my mental capacity could handle losing games on the hook today on a Sunday. A reminder that we have the live stream with Terrell Furman and myself. Terrell's going to step in here with me for 1 hour from noon to 1 Eastern time on the BettingPros YouTube channel. You're watching it right now or you're listening to it, but come on over to the BettingPros YouTube channel. We'll break down every game, give you picks, plays, more bets, props, and other things. Maybe a Wong teaser if it makes sense for us coming up here during the live stream with Terrell Furman and myself coming up at 12 noon, 9 a.m. Pacific time on the Betting Pros YouTube channel. Let me remind you about our friends at Hard Rock Bet. Today's show is being brought to you by Hard Rock Bet. Hard Rock Bet, the sportsbook app, gives you so much info before you place your bets. Crazy stats. Check out all these streaks that were alive entering the games on Sunday. KC has won 12 in a row at home as a favorite. Can they make it 13 in a row? If you want to go against the public, you can. Chiefs -2.5. Devon Achane has scored a touchdown in 7 straight games. The Seahawks have won 8 in a row on the road. George Pickens has reached the end zone in 5 consecutive Sunday games, and Cleveland has not covered a spread on the road in 7 games, but anything can happen in divisional games. If you haven't tried your first bet at Hard Rock Bet, this is the time to get involved. You can get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Your winnings plus at Hard Rock Bet this week, you don't just get a Sunday profit boost. You also get a Monday profit boost on tomorrow night's game. Boost your parlay so it pays extra winnings. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit today. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida in Florida. Offered by Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC in all other states. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, or Virginia to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? In Florida, call 1-888-PLAY-WISE. In Indiana, or if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER in Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, and Virginia. Okay, let's talk about the Patriots. They're laying 3.5. I've bought it down to 3 up against the Saints. This is a Mike Vrabel bet, okay? I'm betting on Mike Vrabel. I'm betting on Mike Vrabel to have his guys, after the win against Buffalo, focused and not to overlook the Saints team that is not very good. A couple of interesting stats here about road trips. Since 2018, teams in the middle of a road trip, and the Patriots are playing Buffalo on the road, Tennessee on the road, Buffalo on the road, New Orleans on the road, and then Tennessee on the road, 3 weeks in a row. In the middle game of the 3-game road trip, those teams are 29-12 straight up and 28-13 against the spread when you're favored. So it can be a rah-rah moment for those teams on the road who are favored, who cover and win the games outright in the middle. It can be a bonding opportunity. Spencer Rattler got his first career win last week. Of the 5 other quarterbacks to go 0-10 straight up or worse, 3 never actually end up winning a game again. 1 never started another game. And then Derek Carr, who lost 52-0 in his start after getting his first win after opening up 0-10. Drake May, 4 outright wins so far in his Patriots career. He hasn't been great in the first half afterwards, just going 1-3 against the spread. But I like Mike Vrabel to have his guys focused here. Patriots -3 for 1.2. What did I lay? 1.2? Hold on, let me see. 1.25 units for the Patriots. buying that half a point down. Pats -3. Okay, let's talk about the Bucs. And this is going to be a very interesting game. Kyle Shanahan is only 15-10-1 on a short rest week. Okay, it's pretty good, but not great. On extended rest, Shanahan is not great. 18-19 ATS, 5-10 when Brock Purdy was in this spot, 13-9 ATS with all other quarterbacks, namely Mac Jones. This is the thing about Baker Mayfield. Baker as a dog is awesome. Okay, awesome. We love Baker as a dog. 16-8 against the spread as a dog, right? He's 25-17 overall with the Bucs. He's 9-9 against the number. However, if you want to tease him when he's a dog, he's tremendous. But when he's favored, coming off of a straight-up win, Baker Mayfield is 2-9 ATS in his last 11 starts as a favorite. Not great. But the number tells me the story. We're at 3 or 3.5. We opened at 1.5. The Bucs are getting healthier, and the Bucs have Baker Mayfield. Okay? Baker Mayfield is someone I want to back. Okay? I want to back him at home, and I just don't trust Mac Jones and this 49er team to keep this magic going alive on the road across the country. Just not great. Okay? I don't like this spot at all. Again, I don't love laying points with Baker, but I think Baker at home, they've been doing it with magic. I don't want to get burned. It's 3.5. I bought it down to 3. I don't want to be playing around here. Most books are at 3.5, but some books are at 3. I like the Bucs. I like Baker Mayfield. I'll lay the -120 for 1.2 units on the Bucs -3 at home here up against the 49ers, who continue to be so banged up going across the country. I think this is a really tough spot here for Mac Jones and company. The final straight play, I'm coming here to the Raiders. And you may hate this bet, but I like this bet, okay? I do. The Raiders are laying 4.5 against the Titans. This is a wild stat that I've been giving out, and it's from the Action Network, and I think it's really a great stat that they uncovered about quarterbacks with 18-plus point wins as rookies. So Cam Ward became the 4th quarterback to have an 18-plus point win in their rookie season, come from behind win in their rookie season. All 3 rookie teams in the next game following that victory lost by a combined 117-38. All 3 lost by over 21 points. They got killed the next game. The Raiders are desperate for a win here. The Raiders are playing the Chiefs next week. Since 2020, when the Raiders were set to play the Chiefs in the week prior, they get locked in. They're 61-38-1 against the spread. Okay? 61-38-1 the week before they play the Chiefs. So good trend for the Chiefs, so for the Raiders. Awful trend here for the Titans. They got their first win of the year. It's their second game of a road trip on the road back out west. There's not going to be any Titan fans here in Vegas, really, okay? There's not some big Titan fan base that's coming in here. It's going to be primarily Raider fans coming in here. And Pete Carroll needs a win. They need a win. They got to calm some people down here. I bought the 4.5 down to 4. It was not expensive to do so at all here. It was -115 to get off that. Raiders -4 for 1.15 units. A 24-20 win saves us there, but I don't know how many points the Titans are going to score. I don't mind the over in the game too, by the way. I don't mind playing the over there either. Now, the big news of the day is the fact that we do not have Kyler Murray playing for the Colts. So what are we doing? Well, I'll tell you about that here in just one second. But first, let me tell you about the BettingPros app. If you've gone and downloaded the BettingPros app yet, you guys should. It's for free. With Sportsbook Sync, automatically track your bets across all major sportsbooks in one spot. Easily monitor your bet performance by sport and bet type, including game picks, props, and parlays. Create custom betting systems to find winning trends and profitable opportunities. We have a special offer for BettingPros Premium, 6 months for free. To claim the offer, just go to bettingpros.com/premium and make a deposit at a partner sportsbook and place your wager, and you will get 6 months free of BettingPros Premium. Colts, -9 now, after Jacoby Brissett is now playing quarterback, as the Cardinals will rest their starting quarterback, Kyler Murray, in his injured foot. That is not good here for the Cardinals, because the Colts have been arguably the best team in football. They're the number one seed as of right now in the AFC, which is crazy to stop and think about, but they absolutely are. They have been rolling through opponents, and they may not need us to tease it down. They may just straight up blow the doors off of the Cardinals. Their defense has been okay, but I mean, this Daniel Jones start is remarkable. He's 3-0 against the number as a favorite this season, which matches his career high for ATS wins as a favorite in a single season. 3 was the most he ever had. He's 3-0. It's incredible. Only 2 quarterbacks are 3-0 against the spread or better as a favorite this year. Jared Goff and Daniel Jones. That's it. That's it. I think teams that blow big leads have a tough time rebounding. Teams, after blowing a lead more than one possession entering the fourth quarter at home, are just 12-22 straight up the following week over the last 10 years. Tease it down to 3. We're going 3. Colts -3. What are we doing on the other side? The Cowboys and the Panthers. The pros are all over the Panthers. They're all over the Panthers. And the Cowboys need this. They win this game after the Eagles' loss. Huge. 3-2-1. They're only going to be a game behind for half a game behind. The Eagles, huge. Panthers had a huge comeback against the Dolphins last week in the fourth quarter. Unreal. Bryce Young is 5-1 ATS on during a homestand. On the second game of a homestand, which is what he is. The total has my attention, however, because we know what Bryce Young does at home. He scores. We also know that Dak Prescott has an offense that can score on pretty much anybody. Dak Prescott against bad teams in consecutive games, the second leg of a roadie, 14-8-1. They beat the Jets badly last week, and now they've got a shot here to beat up on the Panthers with a 14-8-1 against the spread record. Bryce Young has won 8 games total as a starter in the NFL. When he's faced a struggling pass defense, teams that allow 250 yards passing per game or more, like the Cowboys, he's 0-8 straight up. 3-5 against the number, though. I like the Cowboys to win, but I'd rather get involved with the total and pull the total down to 41 and go over. I like the Colts -3 and the over 41 for Dallas and the Panthers at -125 for 1.25 units. So 4 plays officially for us here for me going into Sunday. Patriots -3, Raiders -4, Bucks -3, Colts -3, tease with the Cowboys over 41. This is a dangerous card. I'm going to tell you right now, after going 0-5, having 4 favorites on the card is not great. Okay, that is not a great idea in the NFL, but I'm going to go ahead and say that this is a week for favorites, and then home teams, which have dominated in the NFL, are going to have a rough week, and road teams reign here coming up in week 6 of the NFL. Now, do you want to be on the side of the pros? Well, here's how you do it. Take the Jets +7.5. Okay, if it goes to 8, even better. But the Jets +7.5 in London, first game of the day. 6:30 a.m. Pacific time kick, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time kick. Jets up against the Broncos, +7.5. Second bet, if you want to be on the pros, go ahead and take the Browns at +5.5 or +6. Dylan Gabriel, divisional game, up against Mike Tomlin, who sucks as a favorite, and you've got a Steeler team whose rabbit foot may have been left overseas, because they have gotten pretty lucky over the last couple of weeks to start this season with the games they have won. Not in love here with this Steelers team still, and I think the Browns might, with Dylan Gabriel, might have something here. They traded away Joe Flacco. It's Dylan Gabriel's team. Watch out for the Browns. Professionals are all over the Browns, and they're all over the Jets. They are equally all over the Chiefs, laying 2.5. If you want to be on the pros, the 3 bets you make today, and we'll recap this coming up on Monday's show. You're going to go +7.5 Jets, +5.5 Browns, and lay the 2.5 points with the Chiefs at home if you want to be on the side of the professionals. There's your pro money. look if that's what you guys are interested in doing. If you like hearing about that stuff and if you like to know more about it, you could always watch my other show, The Bostonian versus the Book, Monday through Friday. You guys have often asked about, like, where can I email you? You can email me here, askthebvb@gmail.com. If you have questions about the Bostonian versus the Book, you can jump on in. I do full recaps. I preview every NFL game. I give you stats and props and picks and plays, and we'll recap the entire weekend coming up on Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern time on the Bostonian versus the Book YouTube channel. To find it, it's at Boston versus the Book, or you could ask the BVB@gmail.com. I will talk to you guys at noon Eastern, at 9 a.m. Pacific time for our Week 6 preview show live stream on the BettingPros YouTube channel. Myself and Terrell Furman. Looking forward to seeing you guys coming up here later today. More picks and props to give you guys coming up here today. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your socials. Get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.